Good morning, all. Today, going to do a little bit of a different video. So this one's going up to YouTube, more of an informational type of video as opposed to showing product. What I want to talk about today is something I've been hearing on the lips of a lot of different people, wondering what it's about, how it works, why, and why we should care, and that's temperature control. Everybody's seen temperature control devices now. A couple of months ago, it was touch and go, but the technology moves really, really fast in the vape world. Comparatively, I worked in computers for 20 years. Nothing like it as far as the technology change. It's so much faster, and the innovations are amazing, and this is one of them. And it's here to stay. Temperature control is not going anyplace. It's a big, big, big thing, big advancement in vaping, and it's going to be here forever, and it's only going to get better as time goes on. A couple of months ago, there were some mods out there, some devices out there that could handle and do the temperature control situation, which we'll talk about in a little bit as far as what that actually means. And now we've got a lot of beginner mods and beginner devices that can handle temperature control. Pretty much all your sub-ohm tanks have temperature control coils, either in titanium or in nickel. So that's a good thing. It's a real good thing. It's not new by any means. The idea has been floating around for a long time. In fact, in 2010, there was a German vape modder guy who designed a working model, which included what he called a microprocessor controlled temperature stabilization in his own mod. It didn't hit real big because he kept the idea and his design secret. He also released a new tank design to go along with that called Project Genesis. That did get released into the wild and started the entire rebuildable tank revolution long before K-Fun and a lot of the other companies that are out there doing that sort of thing now. So it's been around for a long time. Like I said, he kept his design secret, so it kind of just sat there, and he had his mod, and lucky him, he was the only one. Maybe he shared it with his friends, because I wasn't there. Roughly 4 years after that happened, an American innovator created the Evolve DNA 40 chipsets. Within a year, Chinese companies deconstructed that chipset, and in varying degrees of success, or ill success in a lot of cases back a year ago or so, they were able to build their own chipsets that either were working as intended or not. Now, a year after that, these things are everywhere. They're just all over the place, and pretty much everything new that's coming out has temperature control capabilities. Why should we care about that? Most of the time, we've been doing it ourselves, working on a temperature control or keeping the heat from soaring sky high. How? Variable voltage, variable wattage devices. You can set the amount of power. The different coils and different resistances or impedances will allow more or less power to go through to that coil. Kind of a ragtag sort of way of doing your own temperature control. The main problem with that the temperature control devices with a chip that monitor that is that you can do things wrong. Basically, you can try all your might, but we've all, in the past year, 2 years, 4 years, whatever, however long you've been vaping, we've all experienced dry hits. Faux pas. That's where the problem lies. The liquid runs out, the cotton and the coils go dry, and you get that wonderfully horrific dry hit that leaves you coughing and choking with tears in your eyes. If we can monitor that in a certain way, then it's not that big of a deal. But like I said, you're still going to get dry hits occasionally, and that's not a good thing. Why? Well, it sucks, number one. It tastes like butt. And it hurts. And there's reasons for that too. It's the soaring heat. So introducing temperature control device is controlled by a chip. It eliminates dry hits. The juice runs low on the coil and your cotton. The vape will change. It won't be as thick, powerful, maybe not as flavorful. And I apologize for the window. I needed to keep notes for myself on all of this. And my handwriting is atrocious. So I needed it on the computer screen. So, window. I know. So the vape goes dry, the cotton goes dry, the coils go dry, and the temperatures soar. All right. In a temperature control device with a chip, it prevents the temperatures from soaring. It'll either shut down the power if it gets way high, or it'll flutter it. Basically, kind of like the thermostat in your oven will prevent it from going sky high. You set the thermostat on the oven, the dial, to 400 degrees, and the thermostat inside goes, okay, 400 degrees. And when the temperature inside of the oven hits 400 degrees, it flutters the power to keep it from going above 400 degrees. If you've ever had the thermostat drop and fall out of the back of the oven, or just lose its place, you've experienced that with a burnt roast or whatever, because you've set it at a certain temperature for 45 minutes, and instead of being at 350 degrees, it's at 8 billion degrees, the surface of the sun, and you get a lovely piece of charcoal, which is yummy. So the temperature control devices, the chips inside, prevent that from happening. Also, there's a safety factor involved. All this year, there have been articles demeaning vaping, about chemicals, about safety, about toxins that are released from the vapor. What they fail to mention is that these only happen when temperatures soar, dry hits. Your cotton gets dry, the coils get dry, the temperature soars through the roof instead of staying nice and cool because it's not wet anymore. And not only creating the dry hits, the painful hits, but it also allows the break off from the leftover PG, from the wire, from the cotton, of formaldehyde. Molecules of formaldehyde can break off when the temperature shoots through the roof and you get those dry hits. That's what they're talking about. And other toxins as well that could be potentially dangerous, harmful to you. So temperature control is really a good idea as far as your safety and for shutting these naysayers up. It just moves so fast. Like I said, the technology in this field is changing every couple of days. I tell people all the time, 3 months ago you wouldn't even recognize some of the stuff we're looking at today. So it's a good thing because we're going all about safety with a lot of these new innovations and these new devices. So, in closing, are these devices completely perfect? No. Are they completely idiot-proof? No. But new innovations, like I said, are coming along every single day. Devices that will know if your coil is Canthal or nichrome and go, okay, nothing I can do about this. And also recognize if it's titanium or if it's nickel. And automatically switch for you. Just over the past couple of months, we've seen devices that are coming out that you put the coil on and it goes, hey, new coil or old coil? If it's an old coil or if it's a new coil you just put on, it's going to look at it and go, nickel, and switch over, hopefully, to a temperature control mode. There's all kinds of new things coming out all the time as far as that's concerned. So it's only going to get gooder as time goes on. Right now, still in a lot of devices, the user needs to know the difference. In a lot of cases, don't. I've actually seen some vendors selling nichrome as temperature control wire. Not a good idea. And that's a bad thing. So there's still some human intervention going on with a lot of the devices, and human error can play a factor as well when putting these things together and using them properly or improperly. But it's always changing. Newer things are coming out more with more variables. In the future, there's some things that are coming out in the near future that will allow easier selection as far as that's concerned. Chips that know more and can react faster as far as the temperature, the soaring temperatures are concerned. What kind of wire you're using, taking the fault away from the user, whether that be good or bad. I being a technology guy for so long, I kind of like some sort of control. So that may be good or may be bad, because then people can turn around and go, well, it wasn't me. It kind of still was. Know your devices, know your wire, and know what it is that you're using. New devices are coming out as opposed to setting a standard, boosh, solid wall of I want this to top out at 432 degrees. They're going to set a range of temperatures, which is kind of neat. Anywhere between this and this. So on the low end, it'll flutter a little bit, and when you hit your ceiling, it goes, all right, that's enough. Put some juice on the coil and stop being a fool. So there's a lot of new things that are coming out that are going to be really, really slick as far as that's concerned. Is it for everybody? Maybe not yet. Like I said, there are a lot of beginner devices now that are running temperature control. A big wall is people not understanding exactly how much power to send to the coil, how much, what sort of ceiling they should put on their temperature. And like any other coil, I tell people all the time, you'll find it as you go along. Fiddle with it. Start on the low end of the temperature, work your way up till you find what you want by the way you vape. And a lot of these things are shooting up anywhere from 300 to 600 degrees. So you have a wide range of temperatures you can play with now. But things are going to get easier. Things are going to get more stabilized in the environment and in the technology. And we got a lot of good things that are coming out here soon. So keep your eyes open for that. If you'd like to check out some temperature control devices, or check out why, or see what they're capable of, ask. We're always welcome to sell you stuff and talk about the new technology and try to keep you safe, which is really what it's all about. Keeping you safe, keeping you free of toxins and harmful chemicals, and shutting up the naysayers with their not so truthful arguments against vaping. Have a great day. I hope this helped a little bit as far as some people are concerned, and maybe even taught you a whole lot as far as what temperature control is all about. And everybody have a great day.